Hello, everyone. Ken Scott, Chief Executive Officer with US Entry Waiver Services.com. And you guys already know what we do. We resolve your USA border crossing issue. So, got a call yesterday from a guy, and I won't go into too many details, but the gentleman essentially, how can I say this? He applied for a visa, a visitor visa, and he failed to disclose some info, a certain info. And based upon that, well, backtrack, he failed to disclose certain info. He still got approved for the visa. The consulate never caught it, which that part's great. I guess great for the client. But then what happened years later, he became Canadian. He tried to cross over. He got one guard who decided to dig, found out that he disclosed the false info, and he had another violation, which I won't go into. Not criminal, none of it's criminal. But the point is, they turned him around, told him to get a waiver. And I was explaining to the gentleman regarding how that works with the false statements or the information. So guys, basically, when you apply for these B1, B2 visitor visa applications, if you're PR, and they ask questions in a certain kind of way. So if you put info down that's false, or you it's kind of hard to explain, but if you purposely try to conceal it, depending upon the question, the border can deem that as misrepresentation. Like, for example, if they ask you, have you ever been arrested or ever stayed more than 6 months in USA, on that application, you say no, they find out you did, then that's misrepresentation. Because the fact that they can deem you inadmissible based upon that. That's not just if you're PR, that's also if you're Canadian. If the guard's asking you where you're going, you say, oh, I'm going to Bellis Fair Mall to go shopping. But yet you decide you're actually going to see your girl, you're going to see your boyfriend in Seattle. So based upon that, that's a false statement to gain entry into the USA. That also applies, again, for visa applications as well. So, and it doesn't matter that this guy's case, it was many years ago, the guard still caught it. But the point is, the guard can still roast you if they catch you in a false statement. So the people who have never really been in trouble much fall prey to this quite often. But the people that have had pages of criminal history do not. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is you're doing these visa applications or even waivers or trying to make entry to the USA, you guys got to be careful. Again, it's not legal advice, so I want you guys to think I'm advising you, but you guys have to be careful how you make your presentation, I'm going to say. Because if you make an improper presentation and the guards find out, you will be screwed. So, and it's the same thing with these waiver packets. You got to be aware of what you're putting down on paper. Then the flip side of that is what you declare on paper that's not known to the guards can be used against you. Essentially, you're walking a tightrope. Now, having said that, there are ways around that. There are ways of getting around all that stuff. But the discount waiver companies are not going to know about it, know how to do that. And when I say get around, I mean get around in the sense of ways to protect yourself. So I don't mean anything like froggy. I mean ways to protect yourself. The discount waiver companies are not going to know how to do that. And even a lot of lawyers, I'm finding out now, they don't know how to do that. We're getting a lot of cases in now from discount waiver companies and lawyers who basically just, lack of better words, they fucked it up really badly. And I mean, we can undo it. We can undo the mess, but it's a lot of work. And sometimes some people, when they see the cost involved with undoing it, some cringe, some do not. But on one hand, it boils down to if you cheap out with these discount waiver companies, or if you hire a lawyer who has no clue what he or she, what they are doing, this is going to be the end result of this. Now, for me, or for us, it's different here because, as you guys are well aware, maybe you're not, I formerly worked for the system. I was a former American law enforcement officer and former trainer, and I formerly worked for Homeland Security back in the old days. So for me, being a former federal officer, former law enforcement officer on that side of the border, we actually enforce these same laws that you guys are doing waivers for. So for us, oh, I definitely need lotion. So I'm gonna keep talking here. I just noticed I need lotion. So for us, it's different because we know what they're looking for, and we know the best ways you can protect yourself. As I try to find my lotion here. Oh, I hope I have some. Oh, yeah, I got some. Oh, this is from England, Britannia Hotels from England. So, brother gotta get his hands right. So, anyway, so yeah, like I said, we're getting a lot of people that's happening to, and it's really unfortunate because what you guys don't understand is when you get caught under that 6C category for misrepresentation and fraud, that's a lifetime ban. So even when you get the 5-year bans for misrepresentation or fraud, and you think, okay, 5 years is done, it's not done. It's for life. The only, well, I was about to give a tip away, and discount waiver companies could have used it to work on their cases, but I caught it, so I won't say that. But I almost said something. There. Now I'm right. Problem is we've been so busy lately, I haven't had time for a lot of personal care. Right now at the point, we've got hundreds of people going down to these borders all across Canada, and it's taking a bit of toll on my personal time and the time for my guys. But yeah, we do see a lot of misrepresentation. And guys, you got to remember, these guards are not your friends. So these guards are basically there to enforce federal law because they're federal law enforcement officers. So you guys got to be aware that a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times these guards are not going to cut you any slack because they're there to enforce the law. And you got to just be aware of what you say and what you do. I mean, obviously, if you guys come to us, we're going to protect you and you'll be good to go. And I'm not saying just to get business. And the reason why we put these videos up is hopefully you guys can use some of the info to protect yourselves, whether we make a penny or not. Because the discount waiver companies won't tell you that. They'll tell you what you want to hear just to get paid. They told one gentleman, well, that just was a lawyer. He came in Tuesday, and today is February 25th, the day of the Russian invasion. I'm here at the Surrey, BC office. In case the mellow fellow thinks this is England, but you guys know this is Surrey. No need showing you guys the window. But anyway, so the gentleman came in and the lawyer told him, give him a $2,000 cash or draft. And based upon that, the lawyer told him he would get his waiver in 5 days. When I say 5 days, 5 days meaning from the date he gave the lawyer the money. He never paid the lawyer, gave the lawyer the money, which that was complete bullshit. You will not get a waiver in 5 days for paying a lawyer, or hell, even paying us. So that kind of ties into misrepresentation because that lawyer misrepresented the facts of the case, in all honesty. Not to mention that particular lawyer, I won't say his name, that particular lawyer, he knows who he is. He's not even authorized to practice law in Canada, so he meets people at coffee shops in White Rock. I won't say his name, of course, but he knows who he is. He's probably watching this. So he meets people at other the coffee shop in other locations that I'm aware of. And he does it because he cannot get licensed to practice law here in Canada. So he meets them at the coffee shops, and it used to be at the park, Peace Arch Park. So this is also why you guys got to be aware of whom you deal with, because some of these people are not reputable. We've been in this business for, this is what, I'd say almost two decades, if not going up to 2.5 decades, because I want to count my time when I worked for the system as well. So all that's going to be lumped together. So we've been in this about 25 years, including my federal and county time. And it's been really good for us. but I really, really like helping people. I like helping you guys stay out of trouble. Whereas back in the day, you know, we were the ones who would put you in handcuffs, where now we are the ones to keep the cuffs off you, so to speak. So anyway, guys, just a quick video. You guys know I could be a bit long-winded. So false statements in these waiver applications, or false statement upon entry to the USA or on a visa application, and if the guards find out about it, you could be deemed with the misrepresentation. And if that's the case, you have a lifetime ban. Never mind if it says 5, because not all 5 years are lifetime. Some are and some are not. And I won't clarify as to which ones are and are not, because I'm not giving the discount waiver companies or any lawyers any helpful info they can use to grow their business. So anyway, I'm gonna get running here, waiting for the gentleman to come back. So it's Ken Scott, Chief Executive Officer of US Entry Waiver Services.com. And it's, oh yeah, I know. And it's 1-888-908-3841. Lost my train of thought there for a second. And someone's just being funny in the background. What did I say? Oh, I said 1-888-908-3841. And it's www.usentrywaiverservices.com. As you guys know, in the words of my Vulcan colleague, live long and prosper.